Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. So today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and I wanted to do a little bit of discussion about the Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit medal right before we enter our last two cycles and then the random drop event towards the last part. So starting tomorrow, we start again with the Pooh Bear medal being the bonus medal for the day, and then we'll go into Tigger on Monday and then Rabbit on Tuesday. And that's our first cycle. Our second cycle is going to start that Wednesday with the Pooh Bear medal again. The Thursday is going to be the Tigger medal, and then the Friday is going to be the Rabbit medal, with Saturday and Sunday pretty much being a free-for-all where the quest will drop any of the three of them. I wanted to talk about it a little bit before we get into those last two cycles, just because I want to talk about how great this medal actually is. A lot of people say this medal falls short to Hayner Pence Olette. So let's go ahead and read the effect of the Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit medal, and then we'll jump to Hayner Pence Olette. So the Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit medal is going to raise your power, speed, magic defense by 1 tier for 3 turns, meaning that on the third turn, you have 3 power defense, 3 magic defense, 3 speed defense. Now, let's go to Hayner Pence and Olette here. So what this does is it's going to raise your general defense as well as your power, speed, and magic defense by 1 tier for 2 turns, meaning that during the second turn, you have 2 tiers of general defense and 2 tiers of power, speed, magic defense. So it's kind of like you have one extra tier of defense on your medals. Or on your character. Your character has 1 extra tier of defense. So really, they're both good medals, especially if you get extra attack on them. These things can be, honestly, they can be a wall that will protect you from pretty much any heartless attack if you have them. So mine does have extra attack. I used it for the Axel B event, the very last quest. I walled up and pretty much just attacked the enemy until it pretty much fainted. So this medal is good for sure. Now, we're here to talk about the Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit medal. What makes this medal good over Hayner Pence and Olette is, number 1, it buffs the power, speed, and magic defense by 1 tier for 3 turns, meaning that if you get extra attack on it, you're going into that third turn with 6 tiers of defense, 6 tiers of power, speed, magic defense. Whereas with the Hayner Pence and Olette one, if you go with extra attack, you're going to end up with, I believe, 4 general defense and 4 power, speed, magic defense. That's sort of a difference of 2 defense tiers, but if you weren't able to get extra attack on Hayner Pence and Olette, and you're able to get it on this one because the drop rates are so high during the Union Cross missions, I would definitely say this can outclass Hayner Pence and Olette if you get extra attack on it and you don't have extra attack on Hayner Pence and Olette. The next big difference with this medal and Hayner Pence and Olette is going to be that it only costs 2 gauges. With Hayner Pence and Olette, it costs 4 gauges, meaning that if you got extra attack on it, pretty much the only viable skill to give that medal becomes SP Gauge 1 or SP Gauge 2. With this medal, you get a little bit more flexibility on that. So because it only costs 2 gauges, if you get extra attack on it, it's going to be a total of 4 gauges to use it twice in the same turn. That is pretty much the price of 1 Hayner Pence and Olette. So that gives you a lot more variability on what skill you could put with this. So some people, I would recommend putting Defense Boost 2 on this. Some people who like to wall up during raid bosses and are unable to pretty much power through them, they need a few extra turns to defeat it, you can definitely put the Lux Plus skill on this. I wouldn't recommend it because Lux Plus skills are pretty rare, but you could do that. It is an option that is available to you. So because this medal costs less gauges, that actually makes it slightly advantageous over the Hayner Pence and Olette one, because the gauges sort of dictate what kind of skill you can put on these 2 different medals. So this one gives you a little bit more flexibility, and again, the drop rates are really, really high for this event, for this Union Cross event. So it's very easy to roll into extra attack in comparison to Hayner Pence and Olette. So with that being said, that is my thoughts on the Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit medal, how it fares versus the Hayner Pence and Olette medal. I know it lacks the general defense up, which is, for the most part, the general defense and the general strength stats are more important than the power, speed, magic defense and strength stats. But, you know, this is still a fantastic medal, especially since it is Union Cross. That means it is available for free-to-play players to farm for the medal if they can make the bonus times. Even if they can't, the drop rate is still pretty high during off-bonus time hours. So I would recommend this medal to anyone who doesn't have it, especially free-to-play players who weren't able to get into the Hayner Pence Olette medal. This is fantastic. This is a great addition. The skill variety on this is so much better than on Hayner Pence and Olette. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comments below. I will try to get to them as fast as I can. But with that being said, I am out for the night, guys. And as always, take it easy.